tell y'all a pattern. I'll tell y'all a little secret about how these patterns work in reality. I'll tell you a little secret. This is not witchcraft. This is not sorcery. This is just the way this reality works. And it goes back to Genesis 3. God made man in his image. The word image is copy. A smaller version, a smaller copy. Like if I draw a picture of this car right here, it's just an image of this car, you know. And so once you really do a lot of meditation and thought and Bible study and decoding, if you don't know what that means, that's all right. It don't really matter. But I promise you, there's a pattern pretty much everywhere. And so when you were a child, some of these patterns kicked in. I think my first job was McDonald's, right? And I was back there cleaning. Some dude that was working there, he thought it was a water bottle. And he sprayed the bottle in my eyes. And I think that's why I wear glasses. Because nobody else in the family wears glasses. And I think because we sprayed, because it had some kind of acid or something in it. Wasn't a whole lot. But so I got hit with somebody attacking my eyes, right? And then I noticed in different jobs I've had, you know, using the leaf blower and all, it's like different things in life. It's like you're under attack with your eyes, you know. So I started protecting my eyes and researching like different eye drops and all. The one eye drop is what is it? There's one eye drop you can get at Walgreens, and you do the research, and it'll tell you that it heals it heals any scratches, and it's called carboxymethyl cellulose. Carboxymethyl cellulose. You can get it at Walgreens. But anyway, that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I noticed a pattern, so I said, okay, this pattern, just every year I notice, you know. So I started wearing goggles when I would use the leaf blower. I started protecting my eyes when I worked on doing carpentry work, and I just started protecting my eyes more and more. And then I noticed after a couple of years that pattern went away, because it's almost like every so often something would happen, like they were trying to take your eye, like poke your eye out or something. It's like, come on, why does this keep happening? And so that's one example. And I broke the pattern by always wearing goggles, getting the right eye drops, and I broke that pattern, and now it doesn't happen as often. If I do go out and use the leaf blower or something, I put goggles on. Today, just now, a hose came off of some Clorox and went all over the floor, and I think I touched my eye with it, you know, with the Clorox. I think I got some Clorox. I washed my eye out. So, it's still like a residue, it seems like. Long story short, you've got a pattern that keeps happening, right? It could be a relationship pattern. It could be a financial pattern. But these patterns are being sown even from your bloodline and when you were a child, right? But you can break those patterns if you're saved and if you're aware of them. Relationship patterns, usually the same kind of people show up. So you married this one or you dated this one or whatever. It's the same kind of patterns show up. And you have to realize, okay, so those patterns are actually a projection from the inside out, or from some pattern that was set when you're in your childhood or something like that. And breaking those strongholds, you have to set a new pattern. So if you were going to take and sew this coat, sew the pattern on this coat, and you said, I don't like that pattern, what would you do? You would sew a new pattern. And that's the way it is spiritually. The habits that you do, let's say you have a pattern of staying up late. I know I do. And it's not good. You sew a pattern, you work real hard, and you get everything done. You go to sleep at 9 and get up at 4. some people have done that pattern their whole life, and it's easy for them. But when you start sowing healthy patterns, and you start protecting your eyes, like if you wear gloves. Back in the day, nobody wore gloves. Now gloves are everywhere. Now gloves are the thing, you know. And so, see these cars in a pattern? I definitely would not be going this route home if I had to face that every day, you know. And this guy don't even know, this lady don't even know that this is a turning lane. This is not, you're not supposed to go straight here. It's a turning lane. She don't even know that. And so she's going to watch this. I can foresee a possible wreck right here. And she don't even know that she's in the wrong lane. For real. If I didn't experience this before, deja vu, I already know that this would be a possible wreck. Because watch her. This is going to be interesting. She's going to look, she's going to go straight. Watch. She's going to look over and realize that the lane up here is too short. She didn't even care. Look at that. If I would have kept up, you know, I let her go ahead. But if I'd have stayed beside her, it would have been a problem. She didn't even know she was in the wrong lane. Patterns. So, I'm telling you how to set a new pattern, and you might think, that's impossible. This is, see, they deceived you, right? And even the preachers deceived you because they don't know. That truck that just went by, Key Source Incorporated. When you hit source code and you understand the dynamics of this matrix to the hilt, everything's clear. This fence right here, patterns, these dashes, patterns in series and sequence. So it's true with relationships, it's true with habits, sleeping, eating, it's true with exercise, it's true with thoughts. You have thoughts that come to your mind, fear, negative. Some people have fear of abandonment, some people have fear of whatever. Those are patterns that were sown before you got saved, and you still deal with them. So you break, so you stay aware of your thoughts, and when one of those thoughts come in, look at yourself from the outside in and say, is this the mind of Christ? Why are you afraid of abandonment? God will never abandon you. There's churches on every corner. You go down here, I could go to 10 churches like within a few miles and talk to some believers. You go online, talk to some believers. Some narcissist or some parent or somebody puts you in fear, and that's a pattern that's not even real. And so when you start to recognize your own thoughts, your own patterns, and you start to break them, all Hades is going to break loose. Now, okay, let's say you had a problem with drinking too much or something. He told Timmy, he said, drink a little wine for your stomach's sake. But some people can't drink. My dad, he said, if I drink one, I have to drink, I can't stop drinking. That's what he said. I don't even know why people like the taste of beer or alcohol. I mean, it's actually ethanol. So these patterns, you say, okay, I'm going to stop this habit or whatever. Now pay attention to your thoughts when you say that. I'm going to stop eating sugar. I'm just going to pick something everybody should stop. I'm going to stop eating as much sugar. And you go to the extreme and you don't eat it. Okay, some people can do it. I can do that. But some people can't. So maybe just cut it out little by little, you know. Instead of 1 donut a day, eat half a donut. Then a quarter. Then eventually an eighth, a 16th, a 32nd. Then you won't even, once you go along, you know, some people can just go cold turkey and fast. I do that. because I know it's all fake. A lot of times your hunger pains are just sugar cravings. But anyway, sowing patterns of what you want to appear, whether it's thoughts, actions, relationships. Let's say you always attracted people who abused you, and I'm not talking about beating you or hurting you, but it was all about them. It's what they want, when they want, what they want. You attract those people. Well, just snap your finger and say, I'm not going to attract that kind of person anymore. You know the red flags because you've been through it 1,000 times. Say, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Just make the decision. Force them to be accountable. Certain ones, they'll leave. They'll disappear. That's okay. Whatever. It is what it is. Are you going to be healthy? Are you going to set boundaries? Are you going to be... are you going to promote self-love or self-hatred? You know, are you going to promote a healing environment for yourself, or are you going to promote a death environment for yourself? Are you going to always put somebody else before yourself, and they never put you before them? That's not reciprocal at all. You attract certain kind of patterns because it's always you've put up with that because that's what you only knew. So shift your thinking, and so a new pattern, and that shift in thinking will create a new reflection. What you thought was love probably wasn't love. It was probably obsession, or it was probably something that you saw in a movie or somewhere, and it's not even love, you know. Puppy love. They make me feel good, so they must love me. Are they telling you the truth? No, I just feel good. Are they telling you the truth? No, but they make me feel good. They don't love you. If somebody doesn't tell you the truth, they don't love you, because truth and love are like this. Truth and love are so intertwined that they can never be separated. They can never be unfurled or untwisted. Truth and love are like this, and they'll always be this way, everywhere, all the time, never change. That is an archetype seated in the heavenlies. Truth and love are intertwined, not just on earth but in heaven. That's a fact, Jack. And if you don't have those two, it's not love and it's not truth. Somebody's telling you the truth, but they're not telling you in love. Or somebody says they love you, but they don't tell you the truth. You know, those two have to be there. They have to be there. Otherwise, it's fake reality. It's fake reality. Don't think these corporations love you, because they don't. They want you to take care of their ship, but you got to take care of your ship. They want you to love that job enough to sacrifice for it, but do you love your body? So that's a ship right there, right? They want you to love that business, and you love your car enough to change the oil, but are you taking care of your ship, your body ship, your mental, psychological, physical? So you're going to sacrifice your body ship for that ship, or that business ship. They deceived you. You deceived yourself. You think that's normal. It's not. It's abnormal. And the young people are waking up to it. They say, why should I work and kill myself for this company that doesn't really care about me? That's what they're saying. Now, when the nation's new, there's a lot of to get to where we want to go. There's sacrifice. Anything you do is sacrifice. So when you set new patterns, it feels like sacrifice, but eventually you set that new pattern, it becomes normal, and it don't even feel like sacrifice. Because if you really think about it, you can go get a job you love, and they're paying you to have fun because you love doing what you do. Even if they say, well, I need you to sacrifice. You're getting paid for it. You like it. You enjoy your job. I don't care what it is. Flipping hamburgers. I don't care what you do. If you enjoy it, you beat the system. You beat the system if you enjoy what you're doing, because it's like, I like this. This is cool. I'm happy. So setting new patterns is where it's at. And destroying, like it says in Ephesians 4, putting off the old Adam and putting on the new Adam. He tells you to do that. Paul says, put off the old man and put on the new man. He tells you to do that. You can do it. I can't do it. Yeah, you can. If you got the Holy Spirit, you can do anything. Put off the old man, put on the new man. What does that mean? Get rid of your anger, get rid of your bitterness, get rid of your unforgiveness. How do I do it? Go into deep thought. That person that you're bitter with, you've done the same thing they've done at some point in time. That person you're bitter with don't even know what they're doing. They're running on a program. Jesus says, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. So set up clear boundaries and keep yourself from bitterness by setting up boundaries, because you know the heart of man is deceitfully wicked. Who can know it? So mankind, man or woman, mankind has a deceitful heart, and so set some boundaries up because they're messing with you most of the time. And don't be bitter. It's just reality. You can fight against reality. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. Look. She's not even paying attention. I'm not mad at her. She was about to hit me. But I'm not mad. Because I've done that before. Have you ever done that? You're looking away and she was interested in what's going on at the Coliseum. I could say, roll down my window. Pay attention to what you're doing. You about hit me. The reason I'm laughing, because I know people are still doing that program. Because the only way I was able to break it, because I had to break it with Uber. Uber forced me to break it. Best thing ever happened to me, because it taught me, somebody gets in your car drunk, acting stupid, and trying to grab your steering wheel, and I've got to be very wise in how I respond to that, because there's some consequences if I don't use that wisely. And what I usually do is say, do I need to pull over and let you get another Uber? And they usually say, no, I'll straighten up. I just quit driving the drunks around because it ain't worth it. The stress ain't worth it. So sowing patterns is a real deal. And I know it sounds like when you first hear it, you think, well, that's witchcraft. How can I sow patterns into life? You're doing it anyway. You did it in your childhood. Your mama did it. Your daddy did it. You just follow it. You sound like it. Why you talk like your parents? Because they sowed a pattern. And so even your voice, you can actually change your accent. And if you really want to change the way you talk, just start recording messages. And eventually you'll get so good at conversations that it just flows. There's a house up here. They got it on the van. It says Trump lost, and on their mailbox, Trump lost. I guess they're trying to predict the future. They're trying to sow a pattern into the future, right? The siding pattern, the shingles a pattern, the little handrails pattern, the little pickets pattern, the steps pattern, the grass a pattern, the AC pattern. Everything over there is a pattern. Pa, T, turn. The Pa, by the cross, turning out copies of himself. So this is a copy machine. And control your thoughts and watch the patterns get back in line where they should be.